So please welcome Steve and Kendall back onto the stage.
Thanks, Mark. This is a really cool demonstration, one of the best of the day. I'm excited to talk to you about Service Cloud 2 because no place is changing faster with everything on the web than customer service. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Here on the home screen, we're going to take the persona of Mark Nolan, who's a customer service agent at Dell. And at Dell, he works across a number of different products. He takes inbound calls and inbound inquiries, and he does it across a variety of different channels. In fact, you can see those across at the top here. Of course, he takes phone calls, he takes email, chat. He also does customer service through some new channels, like Twitter and Facebook. So let's go ahead and take a really simple case to start. Phone call comes in. And when a phone comes in, of course, the Service Cloud 2 is integrated into the telephony system at your company. So we can go ahead and answer that right inside the application. And we get a screen pop. We can see who's calling us. We can see that it's Michelle Lee, and she's actually calling from right here in Singapore. Fantastic. She's got a pretty simple question today, and that's that she wants to know how to upgrade the memory on her Dell XPS laptop. Now, because it's an integrated system, we can also see all the things that are relevant about Michelle. We can see the assets that she has, including that laptop. We can see the cases that she's filed in the past. And we can see the activity history. We can even see that there's an opportunity here that we're working on the sales side so that everybody can collaborate to make this customer a success. Now, what would you do next here if you're the customer service agent? How about search on a knowledge base and create a case? So we're going to go ahead and create a case, which is the core object for customer service. And when we do that, we can log it here so that everybody who's working on it can track it. And as soon as we create that case, the next thing we want to do is we want to search our knowledge base for the right answer. How does your organization today come up with the right answer? Well, as soon as we click that, you can see that the system has surfaced the most relevant answers based on this case, based on our assets, and based on the history. And right here at the top, the best answer has bubbled up. And we can click on that and drill through. We can see if this is the right answer. It's got all the product detail. It's got rich media, so you can see some pretty cool things here. Video, step-by-step procedures to actually do that upgrade. This looks like the right article. So let's go back and share this with Michelle. And of course, if we go back to the case, we can share it with her over the phone. But you know what? This might be pretty complicated, so we probably want to send an email to her as well. And when we do that, we can go ahead and close out the case. Now, that's a great example, but the reality is, that's not where you're going for customer service. Where do you go? When you have a problem with a product or a service, you probably go here. You probably go to Google. Because Google has trained us that it will help you find the answer. It will guide you. And the amazing thing is here, all of that incredible knowledge that you have inside your company that's trapped inside the four walls of your organization, only available to your call center agents. Why isn't that available on the internet? Well, now you can make it publicly available with the Service Cloud. And here you can see that Steve has searched on upgrading memory for the Dell XPS laptop. And right at the top, we see a knowledge article. This is a dramatic shift in customer service, that you can search on Google, and the organic search listings can guide you to the right answer. And when we click through here, you can actually see, of course, that it is the same article, which is great. But you know what? This is a really, really simple case. Dell probably gets thousands of these a day, right? People call in, and they've got a simple question, or they go to the website. But that's really not what's happening out there. There are a lot more complex cases. And let's switch back to the Service Cloud 2 and take a look at something a little bit more complicated. So the great thing is that dealing with complex cases is about collaborating with your team to get great answers. And of course, we've already showed you how Chatter can help your sales organization collaborate. But Mark Nolan here also has a Chatter feed on his homepage. And we click through, we see all the insights that Mark Nolan is following. It works just like the Sales Cloud, but the use cases are vastly different. He's actually following a marketing person because he wants to know if the latest campaign or latest price promotion goes off, that's going to create a flurry of activity in the customer service center. He's also following things like knowledge and products because he wants to be up to speed on the most important things to service his customers. He also can share feedback that he may be getting from customers over the phone so that the product manager actually has that. He can follow his top accounts, and here we've got an account that's been upgraded to Platinum support, so they're entitled to a new level of customer service. And of course, there's something else here, which is a third-party set of data coming in via UPS. Why are we tracking that? Well, shipment and service delivery is an important part of the experience, so we want to stay on top of that. Now, the next thing, of course, is the most important, the case. And we've got a case chattering at us here, and it's giving us a service warning that we've passed a milestone. So we need to act. Something critical has happened. Let's go ahead and click through in the case and take a deeper look at what's happened here. Now, on the case page, we can see a few things. This is an important customer. They've got over 1,000 Dell laptops, and they're having a problem getting those laptops to work with their Dell mini projectors. There's a problem somewhere in getting the output resolution right. We can see all the details here, and right in the middle of the screen, we can see a graph that basically shows this customer has an SLA, which means we need to get back to them and solve their case in 24 hours. Well, we just passed a 12-hour milestone, which is a critical one, and that's what chattered at us. That's what let us know that we need to act. Now, the great thing, of course, is we can expand the chatter feed, and we can take a look at what's happened here. So let's scroll to the bottom. When we scroll to the bottom, you can see that we logged the case. Our sales rep, Laura Ashley, says this is her biggest deal of the quarter, so we better get on it and help her out. We can see that other people are sharing content, sharing photos, but unfortunately, we've been unable to collaborate and solve this case. So typically, this would mean some sort of escalation. And right up here, you can see who's following this case. It's us, our service manager, and that very concerned sales rep for some reason about her deal. Now, let's go ahead and go back to the case, and we're going to click Escalate. Now, something very important happens here. The Service Cloud is built on the Force.com platform, which means it inherits all the benefits of our workflow engine, of our business process rules. And as soon as we click Escalate, we're in fact kicking off the business process at Dell. And as soon as we kick off that process, what do you see up here? Now there's 7 people following this case, right? We've added the QA person, Viviana. We've added Eric, the product manager. We've added Elliot, the engineer. We've added another service rep. So all of these people now can swarm to this case and deliver a great customer service experience. So let's go ahead and take a look at what one of these folks might see. So can we bring up the screen for Elliot, the engineer? Fantastic. Well, here you see Elliot Connor, and you see his chatter feed. And right at the top, there's that case. The status has changed to escalated, and he can drill in, and he can see all the details around the case. And this is important because he's not emailing people, calling people up, trying to figure out what happened. It's all right here inside a chatter. So the great thing is, Elliot is an engineer. He's empowered to create the fix. He can, in fact, code a new software driver to get that laptop to work with the Dell mini projector. So he's going to go ahead and do that. He could upload a PDF or a document or even a link to some test code. And as soon as he does that, let me bring up the other screen here so you can see this and attaches it. Let's go ahead and share that content with everybody who's following this. You can actually see that it shows up again in real time. So everybody who's following this case is notified. The QA person can start testing the code. The product manager is aware. The salesperson's probably relieved because they're going to get to close their big deal. And of course, we can go ahead and close out the case. Now, that's a fantastic example of how collaboration can help you solve some more complex things. And now that we have that knowledge article, what do we want to do? Well, we want to bring it into the knowledge base because we don't want it available just through the phone. We don't want it available just through email. We want it available to all these new channels. We want it available to Facebook. And of course, we want it available to one of the hottest customer service channels this year, Twitter. So let's go ahead and bring up Twitter. And Twitter is where people are going. They're not just going to your call center. They're not just going to Google. They're out there on the public web, and they're talking about your products and your services. They're sharing their experiences. They're sharing their problems. Your brand as a company is becoming a conversation. And how you react and deliver great customer service is how you're going to be judged. It is going to have a huge impact on your business. One of the great things, of course, about Twitter is it's available on any mobile device. So we can go ahead and we could bring up the iPhone. What Steve's going to do here is he's going to tweet. Right from his iPhone, he could have any number of clients running to be able to do this. And he's going to go ahead and tweet that he's got that same problem. He can't get his laptop and his mini projector to work. He's going to go ahead and take a picture of his mini projector, because that's what people do with these smart devices. You've got a camera built in. You've also got something else really important built in, and that's you've got a GPS chip, so it's geo-aware. Now, we're going to go ahead and upload this. And the great thing is Twitter, of course, is a real-time service, just like Salesforce.com. So in the background, as this goes from the iPhone to Twitter, Twitter is going to make this publicly available. So we're going to go ahead and refresh. And when we refresh, you can see the tweet. It's right here. So everybody who's following Dan Benson now sees that tweet. They see that this guy's having a problem getting his Dell products to work together. Now, this is an opportunity for Dell. It's not a problem, right? Let's take a look at what Dell sees. So if we could bring up the other screen here. Dell, of course, is using the Service Cloud, which means that they're tracking and monitoring Twitter conversations in real time. And right here, we've got a tab for Twitter conversations. You can see all the tweets that are happening about your products and about your company. And across the top, we've got a number of key capabilities. You can go out and get more tweets. You could create a case. Maybe even want to create knowledge because somebody in your community came up with the answer before Dell came up with the answer. That's a great opportunity. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and filter this. And you could filter it any number of different ways to see the cases that you want and route them to the right people. But we're going to filter by product. And when we filter by Dell Mini Projector, here's that tweet from Dan Benson. Pretty amazing. It's gone from his iPhone to Twitter to the Service Cloud. We've automatically created a case, and we've routed it to the right agent. Let's go ahead and click through and see that case. And what do we see here? Something pretty amazing. The service agent can see that photo that Steve just took on his iPhone right here of all of you in Singapore in real time. Pretty amazing. Now that agent has a bead on exactly what is the problem with the product and can better deliver customer service. But that's not all. We've got something else below here. We can see the location. We can see where that tweet was actually made. And it was made right here in Singapore. How about at the Raffles City Convention Center? Pretty amazing. We have the information. We have the content to be able to deliver a great customer service experience. It's all here in real time. And now as the agent, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to search on articles. And of course, because we know what the product is, that's already been part of the case, right here at the top is the key knowledge article from Elliot that we already created. So we can go ahead and attach that to the case. Now, for everybody here who uses Twitter, and I saw there's a lot of you out there, you know that you don't have a phone number associated with Twitter, you don't have an email address, but we need to get this answer back to you. So all we have is your Twitter @ handle. So we're going to go ahead, and with a new capability from Salesforce that we introduced last year, you can go ahead and send a tweet. So right here from the Service Cloud, we can create that tweet, write a short message, create a shortened URL with a link to that content. And we can go ahead and send that right back to the customer. So let's go back to Twitter. Dan Benson, he's still out there on Twitter, on his iPad, wherever he is. And when he refreshes his screen here, you can see in real time, we found a solution to your problem. Here's the link. And it's not just Dan that sees this, it's everybody who's following Dan. And everybody who's following Dan now knows that Dell's pretty responsive on Twitter. They've used the web in real time to deliver a great customer service experience. And we can see the case here and all the detail of the solution. It's pretty amazing. This is the future of customer service. It's collaborative, it's across a lot of new channels, and it's happening very rapidly, as you can see. It's going from the iPhone to Twitter, to the Service Cloud, to an agent who's creating a case and sending knowledge back out immediately. This is the future. It's one cloud that is going to make everybody very successful in delivering the next generation of customer service. So with that, I'm delighted to bring Mark back up on stage to talk with some of our customers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Admiral Tay is going to be leaving a little bit early. Would you please thank him for hosting us today? And Admiral, thank you. Ronnie Tay, please give him a round of applause. Thank you very much, Admiral, for being here. Thank you very much. So you've been seeing some ideas, and I hope you're getting some new ideas around what's happening in our industry and what the future of enterprise applications is going to look like. We've looked at sales applications and how they're going to change. We've looked at service applications. We've looked at public social networking. We've looked at search. We've looked at all types of collaboration. I think now we should talk to a leading IT company right here in Singapore, Prudential. And I'd like to welcome to the stage Tuan Phuc Nguyen, the IT manager of Prudential. Please welcome him to the stage.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Welcome. And I hope I didn't screw your name up too badly.
That's okay. Hello, everyone.
So will you just tell us about who Prudential is? Because maybe not, someone who was born yesterday hasn't heard about Prudential.
Well, I'm Tuan. I'm from Prudential Finance Vietnam. It is part of Prudential PLC group from England. So we are a consumer finance company, and we offer loan-related products, so that like personal loan, home equity, self-finance, and other products. We also, help Prudential Life Vietnam sell insurance too.
Now, Prudential is one of the great companies in the world, and like Tata, who spoke before you, you can really afford anything you want for technology. You have a huge IT budget. But why did you choose cloud computing?
Well, we have faced several issues with the old technology. So we want to leverage the benefits.
Was this old Microsoft technology or just old technology in general?
In general.
Okay.
In general. Well, actually, I don't want to mention about the company.
No names.
No name.
No names.
Yeah. So with
Steve
Salesforce.
Ballmer is going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
So they've got a few questions, I think, for him for the future. Okay.
So Salesforce bring us a lot of benefit. Like from the user point of view, Salesforce platform is very flexible and user-friendly. So we can define a new data fields which have to be captured from the customer, new screen layout, new workflow, or new format for the reports very quickly and very easily. So that means like users have to adopt the system very quickly, and they like that. They are happy with that. Also, because of that, Salesforce have to shorten the time to market product. Like, for example, whenever a business group have to launch a new product, they require new data fields, new screen layout, new process. We can develop and deploy it within a couple of days. I think this is like 10 times faster than than the previous system, not like 5 times faster.
Yes.
So, yeah, pretty sure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So it helps us to bring up the productivity of the user. From the development point of view, I think Salesforce platform is kind of flexible and easy to integrate with other systems. We have our own legacy system, so Salesforce can transfer the data to the other system, and after processing, we send back the data to Salesforce for keep tracking. Yeah, that's the benefit.
Excellent. Well, I just want to thank you so much for being here today. And will you be available to answer any questions later?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please welcome him. Thank you. Well, that's a perfect lead-in to the next section of the presentation, which I think is the most exciting part of what we're talking about today, which is the platform itself and what that means for the future of computing.